Unmatched Little Red Riding Hood vs. Beowulf has two fictional characters battle to see who's the best of the best. Players take actions, attack opponents, and try to outlast everyone else. Restoration Games provided this in exchange for an honest review. I recently broke down Unmatched gameplay in my review of the Cobble and Fog box. I'll add a link to that video at the end of this one and instead focus on the new stuff. The Hale wrote Battlefield has two sides, but the only differences are the space colors. I'll talk more about this later. What makes this Battlefield unique are the doors. They start open, but a fighter may open or close an adjacent door as part of a maneuver. Opening costs 1 movement point, but closing can be done for free. Beowulf and his sidekick Wiglaf are melee characters. Wiglaf can deal some nice damage, but also supports. Swap spaces with Beowulf after combat, for example. Beowulf's gimmick is Rage. When he takes any amount of damage, flip over a Rage token. You can spend these to boost many of Beowulf's cards. For example, the War King is a versatile card and its value of 1 can be boosted +2 for each Rage spent, since you have 3 Rage tokens. Little Red Riding Hood is a melee character. Her sidekick, Huntsman, is ranged. Huntsman is deadly, even up close thanks to the Long Have I Sought You card. He can also heal red. Her gimmick is the basket discard pile. Many of her cards have additional effects based on the top card in her basket. What Big Ears You Have is a strong attack card, but if your basket has a knife symbol, it can be used for defense. Move around, attack your opponent, and manage your hand effectively. That's Unmatched Little Red Riding Hood vs. Beowulf. Our Unmatched Little Red Riding Hood vs. Beowulf games take around 35 minutes, including setup and takedown. The board is a bit more compact than Unmatched Cobble and Fogs, and player areas are still small. You could easily use a coffee table. There's quite a bit of grade 3-4 reading, but a grade 1 student can handle the math. The card art is a bit creepy, but it's not like Fury of Dracula or anything. I think experienced 8-year-olds may be fine, and many 9-year-olds will be too. In our first game of Unmatched Little Red Riding Hood vs. Beowulf, I was red. My sidekick, Huntsman, focused on distracting Beowulf's ally, Wiglaf. Bad idea. Dad ended up trapping me and knocking Huntsman down to 1 HP. I was able to hit Beowulf and run, then retreat with both characters to get some cards in my hand. A nice combo took care of Wiglaf, but Beowulf hit me hard. I was still alive with 3 health, and an attack on Dad led me to believe he didn't have any defense cards in hand. I unleashed Red's Fury and won. Unmatched Little Red Riding Hood vs. Beowulf has a beautiful board, just like Cobble and Fox. I have a big problem with the one side though, and if you play in low light or have vision issues, you may too. One side spaces use colored rings to make things more thematic, but it's much harder to see the zones. Thankfully, the other has the usual functional, if less thematic, full color spaces. Aside from that, Harrow is a pretty cool map. The open doors allow ranged characters to pick off fighters inside the hall, so make sure you close those doors behind you. The door mechanism is a small addition, but adds another decision because if you waste an action and end up sitting in an open doorway, an opponent pretty much has a free shot. I love Red's basket mechanism. It's a hand optimization puzzle, and starting with a wild is genius. Do I play this card just to get the ability of that card? It encourages you to maneuver to cycle cards, but you still need to be aware because once that deck runs out, your health starts dropping fast. Super clever. The wilds and ability to draw so frequently mitigate bad draws. Beowulf's rage mechanism works so well with this character. Yeah, his cards are fine, but if you have an engine running where you constantly have at least 1 or 2 rage, you can strike fear in your opponent. Wiglaf's supports make this a great deck, although one that rewards a more experienced player who knows the cards. Actually, both of these characters are probably better in the hands of an experienced player compared to a newcomer. These characters work really well on the Cobble and Fog maps. Huntsman can shoot from the rooftops, allowing Red to escape down the many alleys and side streets. Beowulf and Wiglaf are good at rushing enemies coming out of Baskerville Manor's passageways. Unmatched Little Red Riding Hood vs. Beowulf is a hand management game with a cool theme and tactical randomness that combines with the strategy to make this very replayable. This is a great box, but probably not the best entry point for newer gamers. If you're comfortable with modern board games though, I highly recommend it. I recently reviewed the second Unmatched Big Box, Goblin Fog. Although I love this, the extra battlefield map and 2 characters pushes that box a bit above this. Still, so good.